Hey guys, Captain Figureen back with another video, and today some tips for new players so you have a perfect start into the open beta for Enlisted. We already had 2 videos with tips for Enlisted players, but they are getting a little bit old. I'm gonna remove them when this video is uploaded, so we have all the useful information in this video here. Enough talking guys, let's jump right into it. So, if you jump into the game to do a tutorial, because we always do the tutorial of a game, right? You get some basic mechanics and some keybinds. But I highly recommend go to the controls menu. You can do this through escape, and then you can see all the different keybinds we have in the game right now. And they're very customizable. So for example, if I click on any of these keybinds, I can click on button setup down here, and we can see now we can do the action on press, on hold, on double tap, triple tap, on release, on fast press, on release after hold. So that's super useful, and you can do your keybinds however you like them. After you played your first few rounds of Enlisted, some of your soldiers and squads probably leveled up. So don't forget to check your soldiers after a few matches, so if you can see maybe one of their stars is blinking, so they made a level up, you can click on them, click on perks, and now we can select one new perk for this soldier. So I'm going for stamina here. Also, don't forget to click on upgrades to check out your squads. You can see here if the squad has left some points to level up, and you can get some extra XP through this one here. So don't forget to upgrade your squads as well. Cook your grenades. You can cook your grenades by holding the throw button, and he will throw the explosive or grenade when it gets close to the explosion. This is very useful to kill tanks, but also infantry, so you give them a harder time to throw back the grenade. Use your squad, guys. You can command your squad on a certain point by pressing X, so you can see a green mark on the ground. You can also see it on the map, and your squad will locate there, but it's just a certain distance you can travel away from them. You can also send your squad, for example, on that point over there, and by pressing the Alt key, you can see we get our command wheel. We can go to formation and maybe set them on a white formation. So because they're close to me, they have the same stance, so they are prone there. And now we try to rush in with our squad. You have to learn to utilize your squad if you play the squad mode, because sometimes you need them to push, so you have the manpower on the point, or sometimes you need to hide them somewhere, so you have enough respawns close to the point you want to push. If you have multiple engineers in your squad, you can also give them the order to build the structures. So for example, if I place some sandbags here, down there you can see press X for the build order, so I can press X, and now we can see the engineer, he will run up and start building it. You can also use an order to dismantle any structure. You don't need any engineers, any soldier can do that. You can see down there, dismantle order, so I press X, so he'll come up and just start dismantling it. If you have a radio operator in your squad, instead of switching to the soldier, you can press the Alt key, and down here we can see artillery strike. We can click on it, the map will show up, and we can order him to do the artillery strike. So there is a lot of stuff you can do with your squad, and you will get used to that. Communication is a very important part of the game as well. By pressing the Y button, you can mark enemy tanks or enemy infantry, so your team will know their location and can attack them if you can't do anything against it. If it is too dangerous to go out there and mark it, but do you know the position, you can pull out the map, press the Alt key, and mark it on the minimap by pressing the right mouse button. This yellow symbol will show up. And sometimes it is also useful to give some more information about that thing for your team, so you can press enter and there our team chat will show up. So for example, I could tell my team, hey, maybe it's a tank, maybe I destroyed the track so it can't move or something like that. So try to communicate with your team as much as possible and give them some useful information so you can help each other out. The engineer in Enlisted is quite an important role. On the second weapon slot you have your construction hammer, and you have different structures you can build. For example, I can build a rally. This helps my team because they can spawn right at this point here, so you can push, you can flank, with good rallies, so that's very important. You can build wires to slow down your opponents and damage them a little bit. Walls with sandbags for some extra cover. Ammo supply for your team. Anti-tank cannons to kill enemy tanks. You can build hedgehogs to block the tanks. You can build a stationary machine gun. And anti-air guns to deal with enemy planes. Yeah, get creative with your engineers and try to help your team as much as you can. I think having good engineers in your team makes a huge difference. If you advance a little bit in the campaign, pretty soon you will unlock your first tank. You will realize there's just a cockpit vision, so you will need to get used to that, but don't worry about that. If you play your tank, try to stay in open areas and avoid buildings, because if you're around buildings or a lot of bushes, infantry can easily sneak up to you and destroy you with some anti-tank weapons or explosive packs. You can switch your soldiers by pressing the corresponding key. So if you, for example, press 3 and switch to your commander, you can press Control and he will take a look out of the hatch at the top, so you can get a better overview of your surrounding and check if maybe some infantry tries to sneak up to you, so you can react to it a lot better. And sometimes you can use the buildings and so on, maybe some destroyed tanks, as a cover to avoid enemy shots. It takes a little bit of practice to use your tank crew efficiently, especially if you get low on crew members, if you're just on 1 or 2 members, so you have to switch them around on the seats a lot. But work on that, guys, and you can use it better and better over time. Alright, I guess that's it for our open beta tips. I hope this video was helpful to you, and if you want to have more infos about Enlisted, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I cover all the news about Enlisted, and we just started our weapon series where I take a closer look about all the weapon models we have in game, check out how accurate these models are, give you some background on them, and if you're interested in all this stuff, yeah, stay tuned. So have a good start into the open beta, guys. Captain Figureen out.